What is up, parents?
Hey, what's going on, parents? Happy Teenager Tuesday.
Teenager Tuesday.
Happy May, Elijah.
It's going to be May,
Yeah.
as Justin Timberlake would say.
Nobody has heard that yet
No
so
one's
far this
heard it.
month. May, a couple days after May the 4th.
Wow.
May the 4th be with you.
Honestly, yeah. May
Yeah.
the 4th be with you.
Summer's right around the corner, man.
It's crazy how fast it comes, just like that.
Yeah.
We're into summer,
Yeah.
and we'll be off, ready for camp and mission trips and
Camp,
all the
mission
fun
trips,
stuff we got going on.
VBS. And then all the parents that are listening to this are like, how can I volunteer in the fall? We would love to hear from you. Message your campus
Yes.
staff. We're gearing up for the fall. Also, if you know people who have an incoming 6th grader, please feel free to share this podcast with them. We didn't say our names at the beginning, really, but I'm Will Perry. I'm the lead student pastor here at Hope. And then with me for the 6th week in a row.
6th week in a row. My name is Elijah Keck. I'm the student pastor at the McKinney campus.
Yeah.
And I love it. Today we are doing a culture update for all you parents out there that are like, what is going on in the culture? I wish someone would update me.
Tell us more. Elijah, you have 3 slangs of the week? Slang words of the week?
Slangs of the week, yep. 3 slang words of the week here. And how we do this is, if this is your first time listening to this, I'm just gonna say these words, and then I think as parents it's kind of fun to go try to guess what these mean.
Yeah.
So Will, I'm gonna kind of grade you on this.
Okay.
You are a youth pastor. You're an expert in all
Yes.
things youth.
Father of 2.
Father of 2.
Yeah.
Will Perry, father of 2, expert of youth. Okay. First one is demure.
Okay, I think I do know this one because I don't think just teenagers use this.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard a lot of women use this word to describe like a good, like, atmosphere, like it's good vibes, very demure. Like a word that students are saying is like an aura, like it's a very good aura.
Yes. And I think it actually started as like something that was like very, very like shy and timid and like person, like they're very demure. But an Instagram and TikTok has made it into this thing like an aura where it's like, I'm a cutesy girl. I'm very demure, like posh,
Like a personality.
Yes,
Kinda,
yeah.
Like what Visco girls used to be.
exactly
Okay.
like that. Like, oh, she's very demure.
Oh.
I don't hear it that much, to be honest with you, than students right now, at least in Hope students. But I know I've heard it all over the internet.
Yeah.
Very demure, very cutesy.
I have no clue what these next 2 are, but
Okay.
I'll do my best to
I'm
guess.
excited for this one. I think we can break this one down.
I have no idea.
Gigachad.
Gigachad. Okay. I'm going to guess that it is like the picture of a guy who's a jerk, but like to the mega level of the jerk, like a jock who's like super loud in the hallways.
Okay, honestly, that's not far off.
Okay.
I don't think some people would call it jerk, but I think some other people who have different views of this person might.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like the ultimate, like the good looking, the quarterback, the ultimate Chad, which is like the bro,
Like a stereotypical alpha dude.
the alpha leader of all the bros, Giga Chad.
Gigachad.
I thought that was funny. Our middle schoolers called me that one time. You're so Giga Chad. I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what you just said, but I had to look it up.
I wonder if that was in a Minecraft movie.
It might be.
Giga Chad.
Speaking of that, here we go. I didn't know if you'd know this one. Chicken jockey.
Okay, well now I have a clue.
Dang it.
Because of the viral videos I've seen where people are in the theater and there's some wrestling scene in the movie, and then there's like a chicken, but then like a little zombie guy jumps on the back of the chicken and then just like beats up Jason Momoa, I think.
And they say chicken jockey.
Yeah, so
And it's like a meme word now. And what that
But
means, I didn't
what
realize
does it mean?
Well, it's a jockey like riding a chicken.
But people use this in a sentence.
But it's just like a meme word. It doesn't mean anything. It's like It's like
skibbity.
skibbity. It's like an awkward word of just like filling a gap. Chicken jockey. And this movie just came out, and middle school groups on Sunday walk right in. Chicken jockey. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't even know what this word means.
This episode is going to come out like a few weeks after we record it. So if students are still saying it then, we're in trouble as a society.
I'm blown away.
Yeah. Speaking of awkward words.
Yes.
Actually diving into the content this week.
For sure.
Something that I think can be an awkward way of people being spiritual but avoiding real interactions with religion or God is this idea of manifestation.
Yeah.
That you kind of put some thoughts together for.
Yeah, I mean, manifestation's huge, especially on social media. A lot of influencers a lot of students are watching, maybe your students are watching, these people are talking about how they manifest these things for their life. So they're rich, they're famous, they have all this stuff, wealth, and they're manifesting this into their life. In other words, they are wishing these things, desiring these things, and because they have this desire, because they are almost like a foresight of the future, because they have this foresight of who they can be, that causes them to win and have this much success.
Yeah. I believe Ariana Grande was kind of used that language when she was promoting Wicked. And parents, if you don't know Doja Cat, you're not going to like this person probably, but they're very famous.
Right, talk about the name.
Yeah.
Doja Cat.
Doja. What did I say? Doge?
No, you said it.
Doja.
Right.
It's Doja Cat.
I don't know if that's her real name, but...
There's no way it's her real name. Anyways, but they kind of use this language as like, I'm manifesting. It's like somewhat of an idea of like, I picture in the future, and because I picture it so much, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Not just like determination, but there's some almost like a Star Wars version of the Force that is guiding me to actually create what I am thinking of.
It's a new age spirituality where it's like, I'm kind of my own God. Yeah. Which I know it doesn't sound that extreme when you just hear manifestation, but it is that thing. You're the person that causes you to have a great future, which yes, in the way that you live, but not in the things that you're blessed with, which as Christians, as Christ followers, we would say we pray for God to bless us, not that we cause the thing to happen, which would be the opposite of manifestation.
Yeah, and I mean, Jesus even promised, like, in this world, you're going to have trials of many kinds, trials and tribulations. And so if young Christians are thinking, oh, this is part of Christianity where I can manifest good, therefore good should happen, then would good doesn't happen, or when instead of good it's bad, it's tough times, then they might question their faith of like, oh, this God isn't real because, or God doesn't answer my prayer, even though it wasn't a prayer, it was a fantasy of manifestation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an important one. I think that's very popular right now on Instagram. So maybe even have a conversation with your student if they've ever heard of it, maybe if they've seen videos of it, and kind of gauge where they're at. And I would really just have important conversations about what prayer is outside of not manifestation. What are the differences between those two things? Those would be some good conversations.
Really good question that Elijah wrote in here on the content is to ask your student, how would you describe the difference between manifestation and prayer? Because those are very different.
Yeah.
Speaking about different things going on, there's a different form that social media may be taking in your household.
That's right. I know a big thing for parents, especially middle school parents, is Life 360. Yeah. So much you can do on this app. Obviously, it's like it sounds weird to say this, but like a tracking for where your children are, but also it can track car accidents, all sorts stops, all sorts of things like that will alert you as a parent to those activities. But it's kind of taking a weird social media type of form where you have it on their phone, and it's really originally supposed to be you and your student, where you could track your student or they could see where you're at. But now students are adding each other on these apps, and there is a way to communicate on the app with each other.
Like messaging.
Yeah. So that by itself, be aware of that.
Yeah. Then it becomes social media.
It's social. Yep.
Yeah.
But it's also, there's this danger, and I've actually seen this and heard this from some of our students, where there's people feeling left out because now they can see where their friends are at all times, or people are mad at them because they went to this person's house and they never invited them. And so now there's these breakdowns in relationship. And I think there's a big danger to always feeling like you have to either tell someone where you're at or the opposite of feeling like, man, the fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Right? I have to be where they are.
Always there. It's just in the landscape of like never ending, constantly doing things. You constantly have to be connected. There's not like a disconnect when you leave school or your friend group or anything like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We got one more thing for you, parents. And that is all about making money.
Making some cash. One thing that I've seen, and this is a very popular TikTok trend, is a lot of middle school, high school boys, mainly boys, are very, very interested in making some money, making money. And just to give you an example, at McKinney right now, there's 2 8th grade boys that are doing a dash to $10,000.
Like the first person to get it.
First person to make $10,000. And they're doing this. They both quit sports. They do not really hang out with other people. I've talked to their parents.
Wow.
And all they do, they go curb painting. So they like ask people, hey, can I paint your curb
Yeah,
numbers?
the number. Yeah.
Can I mow your yard? Can I do
Yeah.
these things? And they're just trying to make money. And I've talked to their parents about it, and it's like there's not really an answer for why they want to do this. They just want to make money.
Yeah.
They want to have the money to do things or whatever. And so I think it's an important thing to understand as, you know, there's these billionaires out there and people that are influencers. You know, this desire to have money is a big topic.
Yeah.
And I think for you as a parent and for me, it's just having an understanding of how we're communicating what the importance of money as a Christ follower, but as a person. Yes, steward your money well. It's not bad to earn money.
Yeah.
But, you know, what is the desire of money? Because
Right.
the Bible's pretty clear about that.
Yeah, can't serve God and money. It doesn't mean you can't have money. That's great, but I mean, there's a reason that we have offering and tithes and offerings in student ministry. It's not because students are funding the ministry. No, they're all poor. They have no money.
That's true.
You know, even if they gave 50% of everything they have. Like the reason that we do that is something that I like to say, especially to middle schoolers, is right now you have no money, but one day you're going to have money. And the danger is that God doesn't want your money, he wants your heart, but money tries to take your heart. And so like what conversations are going on at home, even around money? Like, do you talk about, hey, this is how we are generous as a family, this is what tithing looks like, and even the whole idea of like treasures are in heaven, we don't get to keep the stuff here on earth, you know? Yeah.
Great conversations to have. I think that all of these topics, man, bring these up in conversation with your students. Ask them about, you know, some of these words and some of these topics and see where they're at, gauge where they're at with all of these things. But we know this, you can do this. You are not alone. God is with you, and so are we. Catch you next week.
See y'all.